Didn't I tell you this was going to be a stunner? I tried holding out as long as I could, but with no means of sustainable income, and Fox's obstinate position of not only ignoring workplace bullying, but also standing behind their management even when caught in a few lies, well, it just made my decision a whole lot easier. It's unfortunate, but it would seem there can be no righteous cause without a sacrifice. And right now I imagine Fox executives are finally realizing the futility of fighting against a righteous cause. No matter what games a corporation will play to avoid taking responsibility for its own actions, in this case stretching out a situation to bankrupt its opponent to make them more receptive to a lower compensation offer, a corporation cannot cover up its reprehensible actions when there is a fully informed public. 2014 was the worst year of my life, and with a new year, it is time for Fox to have the worst year of its existence. By standing behind its management who are caught in blatant lies, Fox eliminated its opportunity to separate itself from the offending managers, making the corporation responsible, which in turn restricted Fox to only two possible outcomes: incompetence or willful negligence. Workplace bullying is not only real, it also comes with documented evidence provided in this series. And once the people start listening to the reprehensible behavior of Fox management, the game is up for the workplace bully, because this is a moment everything changes. While Fox may have covered themselves legally, it doesn't exonerate them from humanity. Fox has failed to understand the power of the people and the court of public opinion. By failing to recognize its managers who are engaging in workplace bullying, including career sabotage and malicious lying, their brand, a brand that is supposed to be a bastion of truth, is now toxic, setting off a karmic domino chain of Fox's own creation. The beauty of a righteous cause is that it is not exclusively left or right, secular or Christian. It's an American cause. Standing up to a bully is our birthright, and this is where you, the people, come in. Changing the workplace into a bully-free zone is actually going to be easy. The hard part of pushing that first domino is over. All you have to do is post a simple 3-word phrase of "We're with Phil" on as many corporate website, Facebook, and Twitter feeds as you can. Spread the message until it goes viral. And that's it. That is all you have to do. There is absolutely no need for a boycott or to be aggressive, antagonistic, or violent. Basically, you don't have to be a bully yourself. A righteous cause never requires any form of coercion. So how does a simple 3-word phrase make a difference? It puts every single corporation on notice. Once corporations realize that people are united against workplace bullying, they will make efforts to end it within their company or suffer Fox's fate, and in turn benefits every worker in the nation of having a positive workplace environment. As for Fox, I will remind them they created their own karma. Despite giving Fox opportunity after opportunity to rectify the situation, they arrogantly opted to dismissingly wave their hand every time. I'm sure they regret that decision now. That said, I will allow Fox one final chance to make this right. And no, Fox, your thoughts and prayers aren't enough, because this time you also have to make this right in the eyes of the public. While I have stated this series is not about money, it seems to be the only thing a corporation understands before they realize that they have a cancer of bad management that is hurting them. In order to do that, a penance of $1 billion is required for posterity, the price for Fox's arrogance. Fox will compensate my 2 youngest sisters a total of $1 billion. That is what is required of Fox to make things right in the eyes of the public. However, there are restrictions. Fox is prohibited from massive layoffs or salary reductions of company staff. This clemency does not apply to executives nor their bonuses. Fox is prohibited from selling off assets, breaking up the company, moving its base of operations, or declaring bankruptcy. Fox is prohibited from compensating with transfers of stocks or other items of value. It must be $1 billion. Fox is prohibited from making side deals with family members for PR purposes or to reduce the amount of their penance, nor charitable gestures to the family through proxy or otherwise. Fox is also prohibited from seeking outside help to pay their penance, including the government. Nor is Fox permitted to be creative in trying to find any loopholes to this arrangement, and is explicitly prohibited from engaging in a scorched earth policy. Fox only has a window of 1 year to complete the transaction of $1 billion to my 2 youngest sisters. Should they fail to do so, the compensation requirement will escalate to $2 billion and progressively increase every year. The entire added amount will go to salary increases for the low to non-salaried Fox employees. It may sound excessive, but this is for posterity. Teaching a corporation a harsh lesson in humility for evading the truth about its management serves as a prime example to other corporations should they fail to be fair and honest to its hard-working employees. As for the compensation to the family, once the transaction is completed, 90% will be donated to various charities over the next 10 years. The selection of charities will be decided by a collective vote of recognized family members. The remaining 10% shall remain under the control of my two youngest sisters, who will distribute the funds to the rest of the recognized family members at their discretion. Also from the 10%, my sizable credit card debt will be paid off with interest, of which I sincerely apologize to betraying the trust of my creditors. I am extremely ashamed that I leave debt behind, and ironically, I was in the process of paying off all debt by the end of 2015. Funny how life throws you curves. Speaking of curves, I fully expect Fox to continue to remain defiant and proclaim their innocence, and they may even attempt a scorched earth policy, finding people who come out of the woodwork who claim to know me. So let's cut them off at the pass. I rubber stamp everything people say about me as being true. Now that that's settled, the focus can go back to Fox and demand to know why they stood behind management with hard evidence showing I was lied about. Why did Fox not contact me once the evidence became known? Why was I suspended for fearful claims and not have it cited as a reason for my termination? If it wasn't a claim of unprofessional behavior, Fox would have found something else to cite as cause. The simple reason why I was crucified was that I stood tall against workplace bullying. The fault of being a Taurus, I suppose. A few credits and discredits. I've reached out to as many media outlets, the White House, politicians, Republican and Democrat, political organizations, and organized labor as possible. None of them returned my calls, emails, or tweets. Disappointing, really. The organizations that do deserve credit are the Workplace Bullying Institute and the EEOC. I truly felt honest sincerity from both organizations. Now, there is one more thing I am very cognizant of, and that is copycats. I will put an end to that right now, and I ask for the media's help in spreading this important message. There can only be one Prometheus. This only works once. And no, I will not condone nor endorse a copycat. This sacrifice was made to help everyone, to make things better, which means there will be less excessive and more constructive options for you to take. Do not follow in my footsteps. And with that, this concludes the American Workplace Bully. Stand up to a bully, stand up for your rights, and thank you for watching.